नमस्कार, ऊर्जा टेलीविजन में आप सबका स्वागत है। वेरी वॉर्म वेलकम टू ऊर्जा टीवी। खुशबू, मैं खुशबू से आज आपका परिचय कराता हूं। खुशबू सुप्रीम कोर्ट की प्रॉमिसिंग लॉयर हैं, प्रैक्टिसिंग लॉयर हैं और आजकल क्राइम अगेंस्ट वुमेन पे बहुत गंभीरता से काम कर रही हैं। साइबर सिक्योरिटी सेल के लिए भी ये काम कर रही हैं और दूसरे जो कंप्लेन हो रहे हैं उस पर भी काफी गंभीरता से काम कर रही हैं। खुशबू, we are running a campaign as a media group. We are running a campaign that crime against women, there should be provision of online FIR. So, what you think that our demand is a right demand and it should be implemented at any cost, and government should take the cognizance of this demand?
I completely agree with you that there should be a provision for online, because when it comes to a crime against women specifically, there are issues involved as to you stepping out of the house to register a complaint, what people would society impact, a family impact over it, how police would react onto that, and what will happen next. So because of all that hindrances, you at the first as a woman think, okay, let me not get into that only. So maximum complaints go unregistered or doesn't come out, which gives again a chance for a perpetrator to keep on doing it because nothing happens. He goes scot-free. Scot-free as to his identity is also not being revealed or his crime is also not reported. So yes, I agree with you that there should be a provision for that, because it gives a little freedom for women to write without being scared about the process involved into it.
But police is saying that they are not prepared to register these kind of complaint or FIR because they are not having much more manpower and competent manpower, and there again investigation would be a great task for them.
No, so manpower, it actually decreases your part. The moment somebody put in an FIR online, see, there are two things. Either I come down, this online FIR would not generate new crimes. Crimes are happening. Yeah. Not that you give me an option of FIR, so tomorrow there are more crimes coming in. It's just people would come over, write their entire complaint over it. The only thing is you have everything ready into it, then you have to start working and investigation has to start over it.
And don't you think that it has become a mandatory, I believe, that when your technological advancement is taking place, so it is going to be a necessary thing for policing and for the mindset of the society also.
See, I'll tell you one thing. It's not just, I mean, I've been advocating this from very long, that it's not, a lot of times issues come as to I go and register. I'll just give you one basic example over it. I today go and register, let's say, a complaint because against somebody a little more powerful or extra powerful than where I am. I go and file I have a complaint against this person for any of the cognizable offense, let's say. Now, those people keep on, put me into a hole that no, okay, let me look into it. We can't register an FIR, as the process go, which every I think Indian is aware about.
Right.
Not in all cases, but yeah, there are issues in that and major. So they give me 2-3 days. Then I again go back. Then say no, there is already something against you in that police station, which we have already found against. So this is more of a counter complaint over it. Now we have to arrest you for that. Crime which you have done it.
Right.
So what exactly happened in back is that my FIR is not registered, but because they know that I want to register an FIR, there's something already in the back that happened because of that. So this is, I'm not saying every time this happens, but there are instances which we do face something like that.
Right.
So these kind of discrepancies, to avoid these things or other things as to I'm being forced upon to keep on waiting for it. They say no, this is not a crime. So that process makes me little more. One, I have already been what do you say, already victim of something. Now you're again victimizing by the process.
Yeah.
So that becomes a little tiresome. So online process does comes. Online keeping even offline FIRs, they should be registered in a way that it can't be altered with.
Now I believe that this is not the matter of mindset, in fact. It's a matter of technology. Technology has to take place now. So investigation of policing and the hearing of cases. So my question would be to you that being a lawyer, what you think that when more cases will be registered through online FIR, so the judicial system also has to be very transparent and more effective. So where you think that judiciary will have to change their also investigation and hearing process?
I'm still on the part that it's just your right to complain. to be online, to be in a system, even the offline complaint to be registered in a way that it's there in the system, technology driven system, which it can't be altered with. You can have second FIR, third FIR, you can have first complaint, second complaint, and then maybe a FIR and a second and third FIR.
Is judiciary ready to accept the technological advancement?
Absolutely, we do have. That's why I'm coming on. I'm not still on the part that investigation has to be done online. It has to be via technologically driven, but it cannot be, you can't depend on entirely technology. The same way judiciary, yes, we have system as to e-filing, we have system as to suo motu complaints coming in place when it comes to grave crimes like that. Supreme Court has picked up a lot of issues from newspapers, from letters being written to Chief Justice or other companion judges in the Supreme Court. So not that we don't have that thing, we do have it.
So online will help them also to take the suo motu cognizance?
Not exactly. It should come to them in their purview, and it should be that there are grave injustice which has been happening, which requires an interference, because maybe legislature or executive or any other body is being sitting quietly over it.
Suppose
absolutely.
some synergy will develop between policing and court and the victim.
You see, in total, it will help out, to understand that these kind of crimes are happening too much and not being looked into. So when you have online system, you have everything being clear over there that okay, these are the number of complaints which are being registered, these are the actions taken over it, or these are the complaints which no action has been taken against.
Right.
So when a crime has happened and no action has been there, that is more criminal towards that person. The person is more victimized because of that.
One question is coming from your gender, I believe, from women community. So I had a chat on WhatsApp with Pooja Bedi, the daughter of Kabir Bedi, is a very renowned actress, and she was saying that why you are bringing these kind of issues in public domain. Already men's are more victim than female, so they are running Men Too campaign. So Me Too campaign was running, and they are running similar campaign, Men Too. So what you think that is? See,
there would be Men Too. Not that I'm against it, it's just Me Too happening. But these are the two different aspects. When it comes to victimizing women or women being victimized, it's been a long history too.
Right.
And if you say with regard to false complaints been coming in, why getting into that aspect, why making it more?
Right.
No. If you look into the real numbers, there are still maximum number of crime which are still unreported due to certain issues, maybe drawback in the system, or maybe some hindrances, or maybe the societal pressure. So online, yes, it will pave little way for them to come into existence, A, and B, when it comes to Men Too, I'm not saying against it, I'm not saying that online should be just restricted to women, but that's an area which requires little more. It should be for everyone.
So as a lawyer, how you would take this issue forward, online demand of online FIR?
As a lawyer, it should. I take it. I'm saying it's my personal thing that it should be online. For offline complaints, also it should be online. It should be a system where
simple.
It should be.
But I am talking about the crime against women.
Women specific. Yeah. Yes, it should be. There is a dire need that there should be an online complaint looking at the necessity as to the kind of crimes are being involved. So they require.
If I say the women lawyers, if they together make this demand very forcefully, make this demand, and this time 78 women parliamentarians they enter into parliament. So do you think that we should approach all 78 women parliamentarians and take this?
Take any approach, but it should be actually done.
It should be
done in a at the right time. It's already been passed. That way technology is growing. We are actually way far behind than the way it has been growing. So it should be done, but it should be done ASAP. It calls that it's the need of the hour.
There are states who are taking this step forward.
Yes.
So do you think that particularly in Delhi, this step should be taken?
See, it should not be just particularly Delhi, but Delhi being capital and Delhi being center for all these things, and the crime do happen. It's not that Delhi doesn't face the crimes, and especially women-related aspect into it. There should be. The geographical area of Delhi, it's being vast, so compared to number of population into it. So we should have more of kiosks, we should have more of the system of, online complaints.
Because in village
and
areas...
Delhi police did come up with online complaints. but then that was in a very specific aspect over it, and you can register complaints online, but it did face a lot of issues as to technology. We are still lacking the technology.
Yeah, why we are talking about metros particularly? Because in village area or remote area, there is a lack of cyber literacy.
No, I'll stop you on that.
Oh.
With now the way it has been growing up,
Yeah.
every even villages are having footfall over internet. It's been increased exponentially.
Oh,
So let's not, major issues being in metro, I don't find a major issue as to registering my complaint in ratio as compared to villages, because my knowledge,
so cyber literacy is
one to have,
rapidly.
no, cyber literacy one should have it as to, but then footfall over internet has increased. But now you need to understand with regard to cyber laws and your rights over it and how you should. The way you taught them other things, the same way teach that in case of any of such crimes, A, B, C, D, these are your, go there, and it should be simple. It should not be cumbersome. Today also, if you go to few pilot bases, where they have started FIR, online FIR, few states have, in few specific districts, it's so cumbersome for me to go and register being a lawyer that, they always come, they have to come to me to do that. So it should be easy.
Okay.
And 3 steps and it should be done, rather than going online over there and doing things. And maybe it can be entire system as to one, and from that you can go that, okay, Delhi police, you go over there and register it on the Delhi part of it. The same way we have e-courts, and then from there I can link it to Madhya Pradesh Supreme Court, I can link to Jabalpur High Court, I can link to Madras High Court, the same way, and they individually have their websites.
Great.
But then one can link from e-courts to go wherever district order they want from online. The same way.
So you agree with this demand that there
Absolutely.
this should be done at the earliest?
At the earliest.
At the earliest. Okay. My second question would be, because you have been dealing with cyber crime, and so give us a sense that how we should restrict cyber crime, particularly social media crime, which is happening against women. How we should restrict them?
See, restricting, again I say that, the knowledge. As I say that footfall over internet on all these
What law says? What law says?
Exactly. On OTTs have come up,
Yeah.
but you're not aware about what exactly are your laws and do's and don'ts. So
Right.
as we say that, I don't have knowledge about the law.
Right.
Ignorance of law doesn't give me a right to commit a crime.
Okay.
So, today I don't know whether coming in, ABC country, killing somebody is a crime. So I killed it.
So,
But that doesn't give me a reason, a explanation over it, and can be scot free. The same way on internet when you come, on the social websites when you come, you keep on committing crime. You're not aware about.
Can you educate my viewers that what are the laws, particularly regarding?
Same way. Look at the
social media
real
crimes.
life about it. Slander, libel is a crime here.
Yeah.
The same way, if you do that, forgery is a crime here, or faking it is a crime here. I imitate, I fake your profile into it for some purpose. I'm
Yeah.
just restricting to women, or
Right.
more of a social media
Right.
aspect related crimes, not any other crimes which has been happening. So I forge a profile, I make a fake profile with you, and then I start doing things over it. Another thing which is so robust nowadays is that they make a profile, they put very amazing pictures as to very flashy pictures into it, start connecting, look into the person that, okay, this is the person who was there in the school, start connecting that lady that, okay, we are after 20 years or 15 years we are meeting and we were in school together. Then you start discussing that I'm this amazing, I'm in this, put a picture with Ferrari,
Yeah.
and then you are not in India, and then you say, in a month's time you fall in love with that lady,
Yeah.
and you say, I'm coming back, I'm coming here. And I've got this, I've got a ring for you. I mean, this is one of the real cases which I'm telling you. They said that
Oh.
I've got a diamond ring for you, and I've got something else as a gift for you. You come here, then you're caught at the airport. You call up that customs stopped me for some XYZ reason.
Right.
So I need instant money, and I don't have that much thing over here to give it to them. For them to do it, please transfer that much. Wire it
Oh.
over there. And the lady would be like, I am in love with him. This person has come for me, and you start doing all those things,
Yeah.
and then it's like gone.
Oh, great.
So, and it's not just here, it's been prevalent, it's been known as one of the major crime happening.
This is
all
very
over.
important for you people who are watching this video and talk with Khushbu. This is very important. So this particular case you are handling.
Yeah, so it's already been done, you can't do anything. It's
Oh.
gone, it's got free.
Oh.
So,
how much
we as a big...
how much money that lady transferred?
It was not much over it was already 75,000, but that continues for him to keep on doing it.
Oh.
Because you become very you go over there and you put your eyes closed over there and you just trust the person over there. So be a little more precautious when you come with regard to trusting. So as I said, that identity theft is prevalent over there, and that is a punishable offense.
Thank you very much, Khushbu, talking to Urja TV.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Thank
Thanks
you.
a lot. Thank you very much.